Hey guys, so my name's Aidan and I play the tuba and I am so excited that you're going to be auditioning for HYS this year. It is a great season ahead. It's going to be some great music and it's going to be a lot of fun. So my job right now is to help you get ready to perform the best audition you can possibly perform so that you can showcase the best of your abilities when you are performing and auditioning for ensembles in HYS. So we are going to talk a little bit about the Sinfonia piece for their audition. It is Overture to Der Meistersinger by Richard Wagner. So Der Meistersinger, the excerpt is incredibly popular. We see it a lot for tuba players, such as myself, such as yourself. And it's a common excerpt because it just is asking the tuba player to play with a beautiful sound throughout the whole register. So my first tip for the Meistersinger is for you to focus on your best sound. And that really starts with even the first three notes. You really want to make sure that you're showing off that you know how to make the best sound possible on the instrument, and it is going to be there for the rest of the excerpt, especially if you can get those first three notes sounding as great as you can. So for this excerpt, my second tip is to make sure that you are playing with a nice legato sound. So this excerpt is meant to be legato, so you want to practice some of these eighth note runs as legato as possible. My advice is to take them in little bits and practice them legato. Try to make sure you're getting a good articulation and you keep the air flowing for those. Find the other little eighth note runs and practice those in the higher register. And making sure that for every note that it is the same style of legato. My third and final tip for this excerpt is to not stress too much about that high D at the end. The high D kind of looks like a punching bag for a lot of tuba players, like I'm going to squeeze and get that out there. Try not to squeeze. Tuba playing in the high register squeezed never sounds good. So my best advice for practicing going up there is to practice your scales ascending, and make sure whenever you're going above the staff on the tuba that you are blowing a very generous, very fluid airstream. So if I was practicing to get up there, I would practice some scales, blowing a lot of air comfortably, practicing getting my high register going, and then when the time comes, practicing at different dynamics, those final last couple measures. Maybe a softer dynamic, sometimes a louder dynamic. And if you can do it at different dynamics, it'll help your ability to play it in the moment. But overall, don't stress about it. You are not going to live and die on that D. What they want to hear is a good sound going up to there. So those are my three tips for Meistersinger. Play with the best sound, especially at the beginning. Make sure you have a legato style throughout the entire piece, especially on the eighth notes. And then the third, don't stress too much about the D. Use a lot of air and blow through that note up at the top. So I hope that helps, and I look forward to talking to you later.